Hey. Oh my gosh, this is my first like YouTube live. Oh wow, it's so crazy. Oh wow, this is so cool. How you all doing? Welcome. Where y'all coming in from? Y'all did. So I'm based out of Atlanta. Where y'all coming in from? Oh, this is so cool. I know a couple are on. We'll just give everybody a couple minutes. Well, for those who are just joining us, good evening. My name is Davon Reeves, and happy Black History Month. It is February already in 2026. For those who don't know who I am, my name is again Davon Reeves, and my story to fame is I started off as here we go. I started off as a front desk agent and navigated my way to hotel ownership. And throughout this journey, I've become really passionate about increasing the percentage of, like Black hotel owners and Black commercial real estate investors and real estate investors. And so I started out doing like a lot of courses. Everybody's like, do a course. And I was doing the courses, and the courses were cool. It was great. I'm moving this lamp. Here's a shadow. Wait, it's gonna drive me crazy. Move this lamp. Okay. There we go. All right. This lamp was gonna drive me crazy. It wasn't bothering y'all, but it was bothering me. All right. Um, so anyway, so I was doing courses for people who wanted to get in hotels. And it was cool, especially during COVID. It was great. I met a lot of great people. I turned a lot of people to investors through those courses. Some folks even bought a hotel. Not necessarily from the courses, but just really working with me directly. So that's when I took a shift and I was like, okay, you know what? The people who really learn how to buy hotels and invest in hotels is not necessarily through a course. It gives them like the basic fundamentals, but really you learn from being around other hotel owners or other investors are doing it with other people. And that's what I realized, right? And so I started to, and the people who really acquired hotels are the people who are working with me directly, or the people who launched funds were the people who worked with me directly. And that's when I came, or the people were my inner circle, right? So the people in my inner circle were the people, and those are people who invested with me or invested in hotels with me. I considered them a part of my inner circle. So they were with me directly, and they'll call me like, okay, Devon, I got this question. I reached out to this particular brand, they didn't call me back. And so I started working with them more and more. And those are the people that were closing on hotels. And so I was like, so when I was just doing just data and analytics, I said the people who are really taking courses, they're not taking it to the next level, right? Because you really need somebody to hold your hand, right? And that's just with any investment opportunity or anything that's hands-on. It's really hard to learn from a course. Like I said, you'll learn the fundamentals, but until you really get in it, it won't make sense. So we have some people who just joined us. Welcome, welcome. Please, we want to keep this interactive. Let me know where you're coming in from. Like I said, I'm coming in from Atlanta. My name is Davon Reeves. And the title of this live is basically the back of the scene, behind the scenes of how you can put together an 8-figure portfolio. And a lot of these things that I use in my group was called the Inner Circle. So last year was my first year opening out to everyone. I didn't really publicize it. But those are the people that are doing, they're doing their thing when it comes to hotels. So, some are owning 2 hotels, some are investing in hotels. They've launched real estate funds and they're just doing great things. And then some folks, they're just investing. And then not everybody decided that, okay, they're like, you know what? I want to buy a hotel right now. I'm a realistic person, right? A lot of times people are like, oh my gosh, I want to buy a hotel tomorrow. And I'm like, wait, how much money do you have? Because at the end of the day, you're gonna need money. So that's the biggest thing. You're gonna definitely need money. And sometimes I realized people just needed a pathway, right? They needed a clear process or pathway to get to their journey. And so some of the folks who I've been working with, we put together a plan based off of their situation, right? Every situation is different. So let's focus on what you have, all right? Some folks, hey. Some folks who like one of my inner circle members, we just had a call last week, and she wanted to own a hotel in a couple years, and she's kind of all over the place, which she admitted. She was like, I don't know what to do. I'm all over the place. I'm like, okay, well, this is why I'm here. So I said, let's break down what you have. So she told me about her investment property she had. She even broke down like, credit score and everything. So we go through all that because you need all of those different things if you want to buy a hotel, buy real estate. And so some of the things that I mentioned to her based off what she needed to do was, one, let's focus on what you have, right? So let's get creative so that way you don't have to use money out of your pocket to buy your first investment property. So I said, let's start there. Let's start on buying your investment property, because when you're buying a hotel or other real estate, they want to see different assets on your balance sheet, right? And also, you're going to need a down payment. Typically, with commercial real estate, you're going to need about 20% down payment, right? So, some of the strategies that we talked about, taking out a line of credit, buying another investment property to generate more income so that way you can invest. There was a hotel and investment opportunity where she was able to invest in 5,000. Hey, Miss Darlene. And I was just like, oh my gosh, like, you can actually invest in a hotel using your credit card. And she's like, oh, I didn't know that. So all of these different things that you're thinking, wait a minute, I I didn't know I can do it. I thought I needed my cash. So I was like, don't touch your savings, right? And so that's some of the things that we talk about in the it's not is it a program? Miss Darlene's a part of it. What do you think about being a part of the inner circle? Hi. Milton's from Maryland. Thanks for checking in. How are you? Darlene, she's one of our inner circle members, and I've connected her with another inner circle member, and they're in the process of looking for a hotel. She put a group together to invest in their first hotel. So we talk about collaborative economics or group economics. Hey, Stunner T, okay, Cookie. Hey, is it Cookie or Cook? Yay? Thank y'all so much for tuning in. You guys, this is like my first ever like live on YouTube. Usually I like use StreamYard, and so I'm like on different lives like LinkedIn and YouTube and Facebook simultaneously. But this is my first ever like YouTube live, and it's pretty cool. I like it. So thank y'all for tuning in on my first ever YouTube live. So for those who just joining in, my name is Davon Reese, for those who don't know. And I like this too, right? Been talking about different strategies and what you can do. No, we can't hear. You got to type it in the chat. Cookie, but it's Danielle. Okay. But I'm here to learn. Okay, I just saw the cookie. Is it Danielle, my cousin Cookie? But so true. Oh, I thought that was my cousin. Hey, cousin. I was like, wait, is that my cousin? So anyway, so back to the different strategies on what you can do. So how many y'all should have been like receiving a whole bunch of emails from me and my team talking about the program. And the reason why, because the doors are closing. It's two different pathways, right? Oh, thank you, Miss Darlene. She said it's been a tremendous blessing to me, wealth and knowledge, right? So really what I know, a lot of gurus, they have like different masterminds and they have different like courses, and I think that's great. For certain things, you do need a course, right? But certain things, you need to be in the field and you just need to be with other people and you need to collaborate. And I've taken courses, and and I've heard a lot of pain points from other people courses where they spent a lot of money and they sold them a dream and they didn't see a ROI. So I let people know, hey, this may not be the program for you. And I'm honest with that, right? So sometimes it's just not meant for you. I'm like, what are you trying to do? I always ask, what is your main goal, right? So if your goal is, hey, you may not even want to get in hotels, that's fine, but I'm trying to get into real estate. Okay, great, right? Okay, let's put a pathway together, okay? Some folks, hey, Devon, I want to buy a hotel, but like 3 years from now. All right, great. This is the program that you should look into. This is the pathway so that way you can get ready to get into hotel ownership. A lot of times what people do, they invest passively directly into a hotel. And so that way, when they one day want to buy their own hotel, it's on their balance sheet. They're a hotel owner. It's easier for them to get a loan, right? So those are the different strategies that we talk about. I'm also a connector, right? I'm really good at connecting people, and also good at putting together the right people on your team. So the people that you need to know, because again, if you're first starting off on your journey, you have no idea. You don't know, right? Like you have no idea. And um, so we put together the team for you. We connect you with the right people so that way you won't make a mistake, right? I made a lot of mistakes, costly mistakes. My business partners and friends made a lot of costly mistakes, right? So it's like, okay, that way you can prevent it. And then I know people who make costly mistakes because they ain't want to listen to me. And then they calling me like, oh my gosh, Davon, you got to help me. I'm like, I told you not to work with that person. But anyway, so we got a great question in the chat. It says, hi, Davon, I'm coming from Delaware. 7,500 is a lot of money for me. What guarantees come from being a part of the inner circle? Is membership for life? Actually, it is. It's membership for life. It really is. I probably should have put that in there. It is. It's membership for life. People became friends. It's definitely membership for life. And it is an investment, right? I will say if you're trying to get into hotel ownership, then that's not a lot of money. So it depends on what goal that you're trying to do. Are you trying to get into hotel ownership? Are you trying to get into real estate? Are you trying to learn how to raise capital? That's the biggest thing. It's like, okay, what's your end goal? Are you just you're here for more of a strategy approach? Because I do have a program that's 2,500. It's not as hands-on, but it's just more so focused on strategy to get you to that level. The difference between a 2,500 and 7,500, you get a little bit more access to me. And also we're going to in-person events at different headquarters. I think Darlene went to the Hilton one. We go to IHG. So for the folks who want to get into hotel ownership in like a year or two, I would recommend the 7,500. If it's like 3 to 5 years down the line, I would recommend the 2,500. And if that's too much, I offer one-on-one strategy calls as well. More of a strategy call. Oh, that's right, Miss Darlene, you was at the choice one. So I could put that in the chat so you could see the difference. So it is for life. The difference is, I'm putting them in the chat so you'll have it. The difference is so you can see it. It's just really based on and then really the ROI. We've had people who've made their money back already, triple times, right? Someone that I connected Darlene with, I taught her how to use different AI prompts. Now, mind you, she's in the educational space, and she's gradually coming into hotel ownership, invested in a hotel, and she also was doing like stuff on the side, meaning, well, really her full-time job is education, so consulting, right? And so she needed assistance with consulting projects, and she was about to sign up for this course, and I was like, that sounds expensive, and it sounds like you're not getting anything from it. This is one of our strategy calls, right? And end up working through the different AI prompts with her. Her first contract she got was about $50,000. So that just to give you the ROI, it took her maybe about a couple months to get that contract. So we don't just talk about hotel ownership, the strategy calls, because it's with you and I. So it's whatever you need assistance with. Some people, they have a business and they need help with marketing strategy, right? Some folks, they don't have anything in their retirement. It's like, okay, let's get you something in your retirement, right? Some folks are like, oh, I want to buy a hotel, but they don't have anything in retirement. Okay, let's get you some money in your retirement. Let's get you into invest. And also we have monthly calls where we bring in different experts, right? So we'll have estate planning, we'll have wealth advisors, we'll have different people who are target and cater to deal with a certain type of person, certain type of investor, excuse me. And then Miss Darlene, you was on the call last week that we had with the Inner Circle. I went through the AI prompts from with the difference between Gemini and Chat GPT, right? And how you can analyze a deal and how you can use that to perform and use it for different prompts or different things. So hopefully that answers your question. It says BA. So really more so the guarantee really comes for you because I give you the strategies and it's more of a custom built on what you need. So it's not like some mastermind programs is like a cookie cutter. And it's not even really a mastermind, just it's really more of a community. And then you get direct access to me. That's why I can't take that many people because my schedule is crazy and I got a business to run. So that's more the guarantee. The guarantee is what you're trying to do. So before I can answer that, the guarantee is what you're trying to do, because I can put you in front of the right people. I can put you in the right room. I can connect you with the right people. I can give you I can do everything for you. And if you like, I'm not gonna do anything, then that. So I noticed the people that have benefited the most, we work together, we touch base with each other. They really lean on the community. We got three women, they're putting together a fund right now that they're working on. So, like I said, Darlene connected with another one, the young lady I was talking about with the prompts. Okay, then they have Sanity. I feel like I'm at a pause. When I become a hotel owner, still feeling stuck in my head about it, and I shouldn't be at this age. So that's what we go through too. We talk about, okay, why are you at a pause, right? Wanted to become a hotel, because it's really also a mindset shift too, right? Because we as a community, hotel ownership or commercial real estate ownership really wasn't talked about as much, right? So you do have to go through that shift. Is more of a pause, like, whoa, this is over, because it's huge. You literally have to change your mindset. I'm about to literally buy this operating business sitting on real estate and a franchise model that probably nobody in my family has ever done. Like, I'm used to staying at a hotel, having my family in at a hotel, and now you own it. Like, it's crazy. Like, it's crazy, right? I've been in this space for so long that it's second nature. But it was a point in time where, again, when I worked at a hotel, I did not know that you could own it. Like, literally, I'm literally checking in. Matter of fact, I was at a hotel ownership conference while I was at Georgia State University. It still did not dawn on me that you could own a hotel. I'm literally checking in hotel. It still didn't click. So I get it. So the more so is, what do you want? And then we walk you through it, right? Because a lot of times it's overwhelming. Like I said with one of the members last week, it was overwhelming. She didn't know. She just said it. She's like, Davon, girl, I don't know. And then we walked through it, and by the end of the call, she had a process to buy her first investment property with no money out of her pocket. And then she invested in a hotel last week, her first hotel from that call. You see what I'm saying? So we worked through it, right? The best, thank you, Miss Darlene, the best investment. It said Gemini seems way better. You know what, Dr. Jan Edwards, girl? And see, I'm a Gemini too. So at first, when Gemini first came out, I was like, I don't know. And girl, I done got back on Gemini, girl. So I don't know, because first me and chat was like this. And then that Gemini just popped up. So yeah, I'm starting to like Gemini a little better. Just a little bit. I like them both. But Gemini, me and Gemini, we like, I don't know, maybe it's the Gemini and me and they know. I don't know, but it's been working for me. Gemini do. And the reason why it seems better, because it's more, they seem like they're more of helping you work through the problems, right? And it syncs with your Google Suite. So if like if you want to put together some type of project, it can put it in Sheets or Word. It just makes it seamlessly, right? And you can literally have a conversation. If you're trying to work through something, it'll give you different ideas and strategies to help you work through it. Does that help on why it's better? It says AI is my new little friend mindset. It says this is not a business you can jump in without a coach. That is true. I just tried Gemini after our call, and it was a whole nother world. I know, right? It said 100%. I think I'm a bit burnt out. Yeah, because another reason why people can get burnt out, because it's analysis paralysis, right? It's a lot of information out here. It's overwhelming. Everybody telling you can do this, do that. It's just, to me, I'm like, oh my. Some of it I know is not real. I'm like, this don't even make sense. That's because I'm in the space. I'm like, this don't even make, but I can see how people get turned around because it's like, okay, which pathway do I go? And my thing is, what's your end in mind? And let's go from there. Let's take it piece by piece, right? Bite-sized pieces, right? It takes a minute to get there. And I think a lot of time people, they see people's the end in mind. Like they see me and I'm like, oh, wait a minute, hold on now. This is a little different. It was a little different. I have a story too, just like everyone else. And so, and that's what we go through. Was like, okay, start from the beginning. And I work with so many students and members to understand that. And let's go through it. And if you want to get a hotel, and it doesn't have to be a hotel, it can be you just want to buy multifamily. Okay, let's walk through it and let's get you there, right? Can I have a strategy call before deciding to enter service? My goal is to own a hotel, but I'm stuck at the front desk and can't even make. Oh no, you shouldn't join the inner circle. No, if you at the front, yeah, you need to. Yeah, I would do the strategy call here. Let me put it. Yeah, you don't need to join it. Hold on, let me put it in there. Put it in the chat. Yeah. Yeah, I put it in there. The one-on-one strategy call. Yeah. Yeah, because when you work in the space, is different. It's a whole different setup. But where you are, you just need to do a strategy call first. And see, being honest. So I'm glad you got that out. It's like, okay, what program works for you? It says investing through. Oh yeah, and then some folks they thank you, Vester. Yes, yes, yes. I'm the creator and founder of Vester, CEO and founder of Vester, which is a crowdfunding platform where you can invest in hotels passively. So thank you for that. Oh, I appreciate that. Vester is such an amazing platform, super easy to use. Thank you. Okay, it says I am connected and know much more. No more hotel owners now. And my mind has, yeah, it's just more of a mindset and being in the right room. Like I didn't get into hotel ownership really until I started being around other hotel owners, right? Because when your circle change naturally, you just get connected with people, your mindset change, and you just start being in a different space. And that's really what it is just having that community. And for my person to say stuck at the front desk, I mean, when I was at the front desk, that's when I got it. I joined this organization. I don't think they have it anymore, but it was like young hotel owners in it. So yours will probably be more of a mindset and just trying to understand like the finance side or the transactional side of hotels. It's a different piece that they don't teach you working in a hotel. Like they don't ever go over with you, even if you're a general manager. They just don't. It says investors on my list. I do want to contribute to a project soon. Awesome. Yeah, we worked through that too. How to get you ready to invest in the project investor. So we've had some folks like, okay, Davon, I'm ready. And I'm like, oh, this is so amazing. So hopefully this helps. Do we have any more questions? The 2500 program is more so for the strategy. Do we have the one-on-one calls? It says, what about someone who's a retired, a little money and very limited tech savings? Again, it goes back to what you're trying to do, right? If you're trying, because I do have a couple folks who are retired. It's more of what you're trying to do. That's probably the best thing. Like, what about someone who's retired? So if you're retired and you're looking to, I know some folks, they wanted to leave a legacy for their grandchildren or children. And so we've been working to help them find them assets for that. So the strategy is a little different. So it's just more so of, maybe additional income for you while you're retired or give you something to do. So we talk about different strategies because a lot of times people, again, it's a mindset. Oh my gosh, I can't see the money. I can't make it happen. And, it's been a lot of people, including myself, that things have happened because of that. So it's just more so of the mindset and you having to step out of your own fear and out of your own head. So that's really the biggest thing. right? So how often do I offer the inner circle? Kind of like once a year, but it's getting we're getting a lot of people, and so I had to meet with people. So really, once it's full, and the cohort, I wouldn't say necessarily it's a cohort. It's more of it's more like a lifetime. You know, we've been having our monthly calls, and then we have the quarterly where we check. It's just been more of a community, and so really it's based off on my schedule. I don't see this being an annual thing. Like I don't know if I'm gonna open it up next year, just where the trajectory of Vester is going. I'm just gonna be honest. Um, and so it wouldn't necessarily it would be more of if you do want to buy a hotel, you'll be working with the a full on consultant, and they won't be charging you that price. It'll be a lot more. I can say that right now. Yeah. Oh yeah, Miss Darlene. That's what she did. She created a group. It's not a one person process. You need people and partners. I would say for the folks who have limited funds and they just trying to figure it out, and I get it. We've all been there. Here's and I also offer payment plans as well. So there are payment plans that's automatic that a lot of people do. So I get it. But then I also don't want you to put you in a space where it puts you in a debt. Like I'm not that type of person. I want it to be the best, but I'm also realistic. If you're trying to buy a hotel and you can't, and these, I'm actually giving like a severe discount on what it should be because I want to see more people in this space. But then it's just like if you can't do this, then hotel ownership is definitely like far because hotels are expensive. Like 7,500 is like, yeah, I can't. This you may be like, oh my gosh, that's a lot of money. But when you get into the hotel space, it's uh it just depends on what you're trying to do. That's what I can say. I know people who lost way more money than 7,500, and they didn't listen and they thought they can figure it out, or they thought they can chat GPT their way out of it, and then I get a phone call, and then yeah, it says, "Oh, thank you, Miss Darlene." It said it will cost you more money than the inner circle does if you fail. You have to come in talking millions. Oh, thank you, Miss Darlene. Yeah. So I put it in the chat for the folks who are they do a one-on-one strategy call. But really the inner circle is really for people who trying to get into real estate. That's probably the best way, right? And I don't want you to do anything that you don't feel comfortable with, right? But people who they try to get into real estate, you know, a year or two from now, then I think you should join. Because real estate is very risky, right? So and also I've been working with people, they're not as risky. So let's put a plan together that matches your risk tolerance, right? We have an inner circle member. She doesn't do risk. Like she's real conservative. And so, okay, let's put a plan. I'm on the other hand, I'm very risky. Okay. Not everybody's like that. So we put together plans based off of what you need and what you're trying to do. So to answer your question, not sure how often after this close, I can't to be realistic and what's going on with Vester, I don't see me opening up another cohort. Okay. No, that's a great question. It says, not sure if you will get into numbers, but can you throw out some scenarios like capital needed, personal investments, capital raise, what type of returns? I'm assuming you're talking about a hotel. But you'll definitely need 20 to 30% down. If you're trying to buy a hotel, any type of commercial real estate, you're gonna need 20 to 30% down. Credit score, you're looking at 680 is the lowest, really 700s. The capital raise depends on your community and who you know to raise the capital. What type of returns? It depends on the deal. So I can't. There's not like a answer. There's no. Oh, you're gonna get 20%. No, because it depends on the deal. Or yeah, I could say you get a 2x. No, I can't say that because it depends on the deal. But a generic would be you need 20 to 30% down, probably 700 credit score. And the returns, it depends on the deal. A good deal, you're looking at a 2x multiple. So hopefully that answers your question. So what the inner circle will help you with is helping you get it prepared to get that, teach you how to raise capital, help you find, so we'll actually help you find deals that meet your investment thesis. So the first thing we'll do, we'll put together a plan so you can meet your investment thesis based, so you can create your investment thesis. And then we'll help you find deals based off of that, and then help you put your team together. So hopefully that answers your question. Oh, thank you. It says my book, How to Buy a Hotel, was a great start for me. Oh, I think I have it up there. Let me see. Let me see my book. There we go. This book right here. This is the latest one. How to Buy a Hotel, second edition. That's a good one. So you also get a copy of that when you join. Thank you. Thank you, Stunning T. I'm glad you enjoyed the book. It says you have to have bank to make an offer. You also need connections. It'll help you get in the room. Yeah, that's also what the inner circle does. Can make you a lot of connections to connect you with the right people, lenders, brands. Sometimes if you don't have the correct introduction, sometimes you don't get a call back. So we walk you through those type of things as well. Oh, I love that already. Connecting with folks. I love that. This is great. Thank you all. I love it. I love the chat. I love it. This is great. We have to start doing this more on YouTube. This has been cool. So any other questions? I will say you can do payment plans. Like I said, you're working directly. We're going to different brand headquarters, Choice, Hilton, Marriott. And like I said, we just don't talk about hotels. So the reason why folks who just joining on, the reason why, because I had a lot of questions about it, about joining it. So I was like, let me just get on live and just answer it. Okay, so definitely look in the book, just really gain clarity myself prior to choosing which path is best. Yeah, oh, Empire. Did you get your shirt, Miss Darlene? I would say for you, I would say if you're trying to buy a hotel within 3 to 5 years, I would do the strategy plan. It's like 2,500. If you're looking to buy a hotel in a year or two, then I would do the execution path, which is 7,500. That's probably the best way. And if you do sign up for a one-on-one call, there'll be credit towards your inner circle fee. But I don't think I'm gonna open it up after it closes. It'll probably be it. Just to be fair to everyone. If we do reopen it, it'll probably be with another coach. It won't be me. So I'm just gonna be honest. The way it's looking, it may be maybe ending pretty soon. No, this isn't great. Well, do we have any other questions? I will say for the folks that just joined in, happy Black History Month, happy February, happy Monday. I thank you all so much for tuning in. What do the payment plans look like? It's different payment plans. Some are based off your credit, some are based off like shop. So it varies. Some are spread out, some are monthly, some are quarterly. So it really depends on how you choose to pick it. It says, I would like to book a one-on-one. What kind of information do? Oh, you don't have to be. It's just a call. I would say to be prepared to make the best use of your time, I would say, what do you want to do as the end in mind? Or just be honest and say, I don't know what I want to do. And I'm going to ask you questions like, what do you like to do? That's what I'm gonna ask. I'm be like, what do you, if usually if people say, I don't know what I want to do, then I start with, well, what do you like to do? Okay, what do you want to do? You know, what type do you want to own real estate? Do you want to own? So it's more of like trying to get an understanding, know you, and it's okay if you don't know. I'd rather for people to be, because when you're honest, then we can help you better. When you don't, and if you just say I don't know, then I'm like, okay, what do you like? What do you like to do? And then we start going from there. So hopefully that answers your questions uh about the payment plans. I'll put the link in the chat again. There we go. How much of your money is typically used within the 20% down payment versus raising capital? That's up to you. And the reason why I say that's up to you, because the down payment could be 100,000 and you only have 20,000 and you have to raise the rest. So it's based off of what you have, because you'll still need money up front, meaning you have to put, for one, you got to show that you had a proof of funds. And then two, you're gonna have to put a 1% earnest money deposit down, which is typically 1% of the deal. These are some great questions. Mm. Well, is this it? Uh-oh. It's always ask, because we always had that one question. Well, I appreciate you all for tuning in. I thank you all. Hopefully, we'll see you in the program. We have our next meeting next month at the end of February. And some of the inner circle members are going to Colombia to look at some hotel investing opportunities in Colombia. Oh my gosh, it's so great. Just got off the planning meeting earlier today. So we're finalizing the details. So it's going to be lenders there and the economic development for the country of Colombia. So we're excited. So I'm just big on connecting and make sure people have the right information and dealing with the right people so they can get their deal done. They won't have to make a lot of mistakes. All right. I appreciate you all so much. You all have an amazing evening. I look forward to seeing you all and working with you all and helping you achieve your real estate goals. You all have an amazing night. Good night. And thank you for tuning in.